Scrutiny of listing schedules of Phase 1. Enter the Agri Census portal with your ID and password. Click on the Phase 1 menu on the navigation bar. Click on Scrutiny of Data option from list. Scrutiny of Listing Schedule Phase 1 window opens. Purpose of the module. The main objective of this module is to scrutinize Phase 1 schedules by the supervisor. The system has given the provision for accepting or rejecting the schedules. The system will forward the rejected schedules to the respective enumerator for rechecking the columns of schedules and make necessary correction wherever required. We find three fields: district, tehsil and village. In the district field, the system will show only one district which has been identified by the system administrator for the use of enumerator working under a supervisor. In the tehsil field, the system will show only one tehsil which has been identified by the system administrator for the use of enumerator working under a supervisor. In the village field, we find a drop-down box. The system will show only those villages which has been identified by the system administrator for the users of supervisor. Select the desired village from the list box for which the scrutiny of Phase 1 schedules is to be carried out. We now find the operation type field. The users will have to select one of the following options to fetch the records. The options are all schedules, accepted schedules, or rejected schedules. We will find all schedules as a default value in this field. All schedules shows all schedules which were accepted, rejected, or unchecked by the supervisor. Accepted schedules show all schedules which were accepted by the supervisor. Rejected schedules show all schedules which were rejected by the supervisor earlier and the enumerator rectified the information of those schedules and resent to the supervisor for checking. On the right side of this window, we find a Proceed button. Click on this button and fetch the records. It may take a few minutes as per the traffic of the central server. The following fields of the operational holder are shown in the output table. We find a complete filled up data sheet with 14 columns. Column 1 displays serial number. In the serial number column, we find the serial numbers of the operational holders. In column 2, we find name of the operational holder with name of father or husband. This column displays the name of the operational holder along with the father's or husband's name, one below the other. The third column shows the holding type of the operational holder. You will find the holding type can be either individual or joint or institutional of the operational holder. If the holder is institutional, then remember that the social group and gender both will be institutional. In the social group, we find the social groups of the operational holder, which can be either scheduled caste or scheduled tribe or others or institutional. The fifth column displays the gender of the operational holder. It shows the gender, which can be male or female or transgender or institutional of the operational holder. The sixth column displays the survey or subsurvey number. The survey or subsurvey numbers of all lands which belongs to the operational holder is displayed in this column. In the seventh column, we find the geographical area. It displays the geographical area against the survey or subsurvey number. In the eighth column, we have the status of land. This displays whether the land is operated or not operated. Column 9 displays land usage type. We have got 7 options here. 1 for forest, 2 for area under non-agricultural use, 3 for barren and uncultured land, 4 for permanent pasture and other grazing land, 5 for land under miscellaneous use, 6 for cultural wasteland, and 7 for old fallow land. In 10th column, we have type of operational holder. Here also we have got 4 options. 1 for owned and self-operated, 2 for individual other than owner but within the household, 3 for leased out and or otherwise operated. In the 11th column, we have number of operational holders. In this field, we find the number of operational holders who are operating the land against the survey number. In column 12, we find view of schedules. If we click on the checkbox, we will return to the entry screen of phase 1 schedule. In column 13 is marked as accept. This checkbox will be activated only for supervisors. Supervisor will check all fields of the operational holder and put tick mark using the mouse for the acceptance of the record. The column 14 is titled as reject. We find checkboxes against each of the operational holders. This checkbox will be activated only for supervisor and enumerator. If the supervisor feels that the record is to be needed for rectification, then he or she may put tick mark clicking the mouse in this box. The system will revert back the record to the respective enumerator to revisit the information of this operational holder. When the supervisor clicks on the rejected schedule, then a pop-up option opens. In the pop-up window, the supervisor to type the reasons for rejection. This text has to be within a maximum of 70 characters. If the enumerator wants to rectify the records, then he or she puts the tick mark by clicking the mouse in this checkbox. The system will automatically display the data entry screen of phase 1 schedule for the enumerator to update information. There is a checkbox marked Accept all schedules at the bottom right of the window. If the user wants to accept all schedules at a time without selecting the schedules one by one, then he or she has to click on the checkbox only once. A tick mark immediately appears in all the checkboxes of column 13. Clicking on this checkbox once again will deselect all the checkboxes. We find a Save button at the bottom of this window. To save all the information of the records in the database, click on the Save button. It may take a few minutes depending on the traffic of the central server. To return to the main menu, press Home button.